Welcome back to the session for the subject entitled Municipal and Industrial Wastewater Treatment with the subject code 17CV71. So let's just start with the word sanitation. What is sanitation actually? See, whenever we speak about a community, specifically the health of a community, the thing that comes into our mind is all about maintaining a proper aesthetics in terms of good public health such that there won't be any health hazard or there won't be any outbreak of epidemics. So, proper maintenance of the sanitary condition is a very important aspect for any community in general and individual in particular. So, here it will be all our responsibility to hold these things in line. The next thing is, whenever we are talking about sanitation, the word that is very much applicable is knowing about sewerage. So, what is sewerage? It is the process of removing sewage. So, I just tell about what is sewage. Sewage is nothing but the liquid waste, or technically speaking it is the wastewater. So, now the process of removing sewage from a community is sewerage. So, what does it mean by removing sewage? It is maintaining properly or the proper management of the sewage generated in a community in terms of residential, commercial and institutional. So, this will be the sewerage. So, what is the next thing? Sewerage system. Sewerage system is nothing but the network of sewers. Network of sewers. So, here what is a sewer then? Sewer is a conduit or a pipe in which the sewage is carried. That will be a closed conduit. But it shall not always be flowing full. The next important thing flowing on with this is the types of sewerage system. Types of sewerage system will be very important thing to understand, because as all of us, that is we people in a community, will produce different type of sources, different type of sewage. So, the first type of sewerage system is separate sewer. So, before going on with the types of sewerage system, we shall just go with types of different sewer systems. So, which will be more easier to understand this sewerage system. So, different types of sewers are separate sewers, partially separate sewer, and the next one is a combined sewer. So, what is this separate sewer? As we all are very much aware that sewage is very much important to understand. That is, it will include domestic, industrial, stormwater, right? Here, separate system means wherein domestic and industrial will be carried, domestic and industrial together will be carried in a separate set of sewer, while storm water will be carried in a separate sewer. So these two are two different conduits. Fine. Next, partially separate sewer. As the word itself indicates here, a partial of storm water will be made to pass through this domestic and industrial sewer, and the remaining storm water will be let in a different conduit. Next is the combined sewer. In combined sewer, domestic, industrial and storm water, where domestic and industrial will be together with different characteristics, while with that storm water will also be let. So what we can tell here is all are having the same type of characteristics but vary in their strength. So we cannot just combine all these three types of sewers together. They have their own cause and prones, if and if at all, if they are let individually or together. Next is the types of sewerage system. So what does it sewerage system means? As I said, it is network of sewers. So in this sewerage system, the thing that has to be kept in one mind is that it will has the different types of equipments in it, devices, very importantly various appurtenances will be in line. This is because to properly manage the sewage that is being generated from a community. Fine. So all those together will form the sewerage system, but it excludes the treatment. There won't be any treatment in this word. So only collecting would be a matter here. The next thing is the types of sewerage system, of which the first one is separate sewerage system. Here, as we all know, in separate sewers, we just let domestic industrial in one conduit and stormwater in another, while here what the highlight is the domestic together with industrial let in one conduit and storm water will be let in another conduit. So what we have to see here is the collected waste from this conduit will be diverted to the treatment unit. That itself is very important because the proper management of sewage is totally dependent on the further process, that is the treatment which we will be giving out. Next, this storm water, that is the conduit in which storm water will be there, will be taken to some receiving water bodies. So I am just telling it as receiving water bodies because the water body may be river, lake, a small stream, pond, etc. Provided the storm water should be in such a position that will not harm the natural characteristics of the receiving water body. Of course, we may not think that the storm water will have any harmful characteristics in it. If and if at all, if sullage will be mixing with it, then obviously we require some sort of equalization there. Equalization means we have to dampen the characteristics if we are letting it together with sullage, then letting on to the water body. Fine. Next is the partially separate sewer system. Partially separate sewer system. Here in this case, again domestic plus industrial together with a portion of storm water will be taken in a conduit, in turn will be directed to a treatment plant or a treatment unit, and the remaining storm water will be let to the natural water body, or one more option here is the first conduit where the domestic industrial and a portion of storm water will be treated or given the basic pre-treatment and can be let for the reusing purpose, maybe for aquaculture, agriculture, or maybe reuse for any other purposes, because we have given some pre-treatment for these type of waste. Next is the combined sewerage system. Combined sewerage system. This is the sewerage system which requires intense treatment. I mean, the sewage which is being carried from this particular type of sewerage system will require the heavy treatment because it will have domestic together with industrial storm water, fine. So obviously it will have high strength wastewater because the sources of generation will include residential, industries, industry here may be small industry or a medium industry. In some cases it may be even a larger industry, and even it has a media for dilution, I can tell, a storm water. So here what I can tell is the mode of treatment may vary slightly or it may require a less sort of treatment because we have mixed the high strength domestic and industrial wastewater with the storm water. So next thing is that after knowing the basics of sewerage system, what does this sewerage encompass of? Yes, the one word which we will be talking throughout this topic is sewage. So we have certain elements to be concentrated when we are speaking about this particular topic. So here it is sewer management system. Sewer management system. So we are supposed to know certain elements prior to the startup of this subject. So every student will be very keen in knowing why we are going with this subject. So here are certain elements that we are supposed to concentrate on. The first element is the sources of generation of sewage. So I just highlight the word sewage here. Okay. So the first one is sources of generation of sewage. It means we'll have to have a clear cut idea about what is the source from which we are gathering of that sewage. That is, obviously if we are talking about the community, we will be having residential, industrial establishments and institutional. Next is the very important on-site processing. So it encompasses of giving a pre-treatment. More importantly, here we even go for flow equalization in on-site processing. So what is this equalization? So as we all know that not all of us generate the same strength of wastewater. So as we all know, even in industries, the strength of wastewater depends on the raw materials they have used and the end product they are decided to. Yes. So henceforth, the strength of the wastewater will have to be checked before giving any sort of treatment, or if we are deciding the disposal even. So here on-site processing means the pre-treatment has to be given and the flow equalization is to be properly done. So this is highlighted if and if at all if we are looking for industrial treatment. In a sense, if the sewage is mixed with industrial wastewater, then only that particular industry has to follow this prior to letting off their waste together with the residential waste. So they cannot directly let their waste that is been generated from their industries together with our residential waste. They will have to give some pre-treatment before letting those waste with the residential waste. The next one is the collection. See, the sewage will have a very vital role rather than the management in collection. The vital role here is the collection. That is what we mean by the different types of sewer systems, different types of sewers, etc. So, how we are collecting the sewage, how we are pumping it, or how we are conveying it for the further process. So, let us just forget about the process that we are up to. Of course, the process here means that we will be letting on to the ultimate treatment plant or letting on to the disposal site if and if at all if it is not a mere wastewater. Fine. So, here the mere wastewater which I meant is the not a mere wastewater which I meant here is a storm water. Fine. So, next is the transmission. So, after collecting the waste, collecting the waste in sewers by sewer system. So, here the sewer system will be water carriage system, that will be known in our forthcoming classes. Fine. So, the transmission means after collecting how we are transmitting that waste on to the further process. That is, here the process means the treatment unit. Fine. So, whatever the treatment unit that we have decided is dependent on the source of generation. Finally, so what is the disposal mode? So, as we all are very much aware that the sewerage system would be very important to just look for how would be the collection, what is the mode of transmission, and ultimately what is the disposal. If and if at all if it is a pre-treated wastewater, then the disposal can be for the further treatment, or it can be even led to the treatment units wherein there will be the combination of treatments, while if it is a good sort of treatment is been given, that is the pre-treatment is been given, as we all are aware that in our sewerage we do have stormwater even. So, then that can be disposed directly onto the water bodies. If and if at all the characteristics permit the water body to receive that. So, what does it mean by permitting the water body to receive the wastewater? As we all know, the water body cannot sustain the wastewater with high strength. So, that strength depends upon the characteristics or the constituents that are present in the wastewater. So, not all waste can be let into the water body thinking that it can clean by itself. So, the self purification plays a vital role for any water body, that we will be speaking in our forthcoming classes. Fine. So, the next thing is, what is the necessity for this sewage management? Yes, the very necessity of managing the sewage system is to see that a community will be free from outbreak of any epidemics. Of course, this in turn is highlighted as maintaining proper sanitary conditions, right. So, this is a very important requisite. So, why it is important to go with the sanitation? So, that is a apt word here, to maintain proper sanitary condition. Next, to avoid any outbreak of epidemics in a community. So, outbreak of epidemics, to avoid this. Next, to see that the community is with proper mode of treatment for the sewage that is being generated. If and if at all if they are not aware that how the waste that is being generated by them will be disposed or it is managed, then what is that ultimate thing they can do? That is the proper management. The very important aspect here why we require the sewage management system here is to check for the rapid and safe management of the sewage generated by us. So, what happens if we are not properly managing the sewage that is being generated? It totally causes health hazards, obnoxious to human beings. Yes. So, these are the certain things that why is sewage management necessary. Next thing is that after knowing all the necessity for the sewage management system, the very important thing to know is collection and conveyance. See, what is this regarding with collection and conveyance? It is all about the waste water that is generated by a community. So, not necessarily the waste generated by us will always be liquid. Yes. So, the waste generated can be either solid waste or liquid waste. So, as we know that solid waste generated by us will be in terms of refuse, garbage, rubbish. Of course, under the word refuse, we can tell it is garbage, rubbish, and very importantly the night soil. Under the liquid waste, we can tell it will be sewage, sewage, industrial waste. Okay. So, here what we have to see that all these together will have to be managed properly. How can we manage properly? If and if at all, if it is collected scientifically and if it is conveyed in such a way that does not pose any health hazard to the community. So, first of all, we do have two different types of collection and conveyance. The first one is the conservancy system. Second one is water carriage system. So, this we will get back to this now. How is this refuse disposed of? Usually in India, we are following yet partially. We are following yet the conservancy system to manage these waste. So, what are these together with? Refuse. It is useless term as we all know. So, now how are we aware that the conservancy system is not proper for management? Because as we all know, it is an old mode of disposing the waste. That is, here the waste will be carried on the head of the labourers or on the open carts such that those will be led to the place far away from the source of generation. Let us just take that the waste generated from any community, if and if at all, if they are following the conservancy system, they will just throw away the waste generated by them somewhere away from the source of generation. So, of course, in developed countries like USA, they are not following this conservancy system due to its very important disadvantage, which we will be discussing it later now. But in developing country like ours, because of the deficit of funds and because of the lack of access to the water yet in many of the areas, we are following conservancy system in many parts of our country yet. So, now coming on to the term conservancy. What does it mean by conservancy system? As we all are aware that we generate these much or these are different types of waste, and these waste will be handled and conserved separately. Henceforth, it is known as conservancy system. So, now just look on how does this garbage be disposed of. Garbage, as we all are aware that it consists of organic waste in it. Since organic waste are decomposable waste that can be disposed of to the underlying areas, or more specifically it can be buried off. Next, if and if at all if it is rubbish, that is if it is combustible, then it can be burnt. If it is non-combustible, that will be dumped onto the low lying areas, and the night soil will be again carried on upon the heads of the laborers, and it will be taken away from the source of generation and buried underground. So what is the highlight here is, as we all are aware that this night soil, of course it is the human waste generated, that will have to be removed once in a day if we are following this system. So there won't be any mode of flushing there. So what happens there is the waste generated will be piled up, that is the old days waste will be piled up, or that starts accumulating, which in a sense will be a obnoxious one, and it will be a mere health hazard for the people who carry that waste on their heads. So we will just see what are the advantages or disadvantages of that particular system. The advantage can be, the advantage of the conservancy system is that it does not require water, and the next thing is that it does not require skilled supervision. So no water requirement, because it will be carried in pans or baskets on the head of the laborers, or it will be carried on the open carts. This is the advantage, because we require no water for dilution, no water for conveyance, etc. And the next advantage is that it does not require skilled supervision. Otherwise, there is no advantage which is with this system. The total disadvantage from this system is that it creates a complete nuisance for the whole community. So we shall just line up the disadvantages from this system. The first one is, the first disadvantages of conservancy system. The first one is it gives insanitary condition for the community, because as we all are aware that it is been carried on the heads of the sweepers or the laborers, hence they are more prone for diseases, they are more prone for other health hazards, and it is an insanitary condition to the community, because it will be carried on the open carts, especially if it is carried on the crowded localities. While conveying or while carrying, it may be spilled off, which will be a total hazard to the place, causing odor nuisance, fly nuisance, etc. Next is, it does not require the water, that is fine, but it will pollute water. How is it? Yes, of course, as we all know that the night soil or whatever the organic waste or rubbish, garbage, etc. that is been generated by a community will be dumped or will be buried underground. Once it is been buried underground, there may be high chances for that waste to leak onto the groundwater, which in turn may pollute that. Therefore, this is a point to be noted here. Next, the compact design of building is not possible. If and if at all, if we are following the conservancy system, we cannot go with a compact design, because the lavatories or privies will be constructed away from the main building. So that requires a larger area, of course. So like it does not give any compaction over there. Next is, what about the very important role? Operational cost. Whatever the system is, we'll have to look for this first. Of course, initially we may feel that it is very cheap, but the maintenance cost or the operational cost is very high, or in one word I can tell, the recurring expenditure is very high because it requires the maintenance every often. The next thing is, disruption of work may happen. Disruption of work, why? Because it is being totally dependent on the laborers. If and if at all, if due to any of the reasons, if they go on strike, then that will be uncertain strike. So in those instances, whatever the waste that is generated from a community will not be collected or will not be conveyed, it will be piled up in the community or in a crowded locality. So obviously that will be an insanitary condition. Next is, whenever we are speaking about the conservancy system, the thing that has to come into our mind is, what is the role of the engineers here about the proper management of the sewage that is generated, isn't it? So here what I can tell is, since the sullage. So what is sullage? It is the waste or the liquid waste generated from the kitchen, generated from wash basins or from bathtubs. It will be let out, if and if at all, if this is let out in an open drain, then it will start causing the excessive flow on the area or the locality, or it may even cause flooding over there. So looking on all of these disadvantages, we can just think the conservancy system is not apt for a community. Above all, it is a total injustice and inhuman to the laborers who are working for it, because they are more prone to the health hazards, they are more prone to all sort of nuisances, that is odor nuisance, fly nuisance, all these things. So it is totally inhuman asking people to follow this conservancy system. Thank you.